Okay, good.
This meeting is being recorded.
Gunline, gunline, gunline. We got a fire mission coming down, y'all. It's your host Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we just pop a squat because it's about to get hot. Whether you're inside the trails, under the net, or inside that big old paladin, welcome to the Gunline. We're gonna go ahead and just sit back and have a conversation the same way we did out in the field. We're just no filter, uncensored, unedited, and most of all, with no judgment. You know what I'm saying? We could be laughing, we could be crying, we could be all over the place, or we could be grubbing on some motherfucking meals like Oli Hunt right now. And on today's episode, we are gonna dabble into the mind of Lee Hunt. Let's see how much them locks being twisted has twisted up his mind. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I needed some water to wash all that salt down, but god damn, that shit was salty as fuck.
Yeah, usually you sure you let us. You need to turn in your black card,
bro. Nah, man, this shit was
spicy than a motherfucker.
This shit was salty as fuck. Boy, god damn, this shit was salty.
Oh shit,
yeah, man. Let me just go ahead and
shit. Look at that. Start calling you the predator, man. That shit's looking fucking nice.
Finally growing. Yeah, man. So, man, there's a lot that's been going on, man. Like, let's just go ahead and let's just go ahead and dive smooth on into it, man. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
So everybody knows what happened Saturday. I want to make one thing perfectly clear to all your listeners and everybody out there before y'all start getting on this fucking bullshit train that I'm xenophobic, I am an anti-Semite. No one on earth is celebrating what happened. No one is denying that there were people that were killed. Mm-hmm. No one is denying that this was pretty much a sucker punch. I will not go so far as to say this is Israel's 9/11. I didn't, and the reason why I say that is because I didn't go so far as to say that when the British had their little bombing that happened, the 7/7 bombing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Like I didn't go far as to say that. Mm-hmm. I think that what a lot of Americans do, especially the non-melanated Americans, what they want to do is they hear these words and it galvanizes them. It makes them remember that they have an enemy to hate. Oh, 9/11? This is your 9/11? We had a 9/11. Mm-hmm. You don't like the brown people that speak a funny language? I don't like those brown people that speak a funny language. It's like cooler heads need to prevail. There was a huge lie being told all of yesterday that there were innocent children that were beheaded. It was later came out that this was not confirmed, but every news organization, everyone, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, OAN, all of these news stations kept pushing this falsehood that children were beheaded, and it came out that it was a fucking lie. Now, were there pictures that were shown today to Anthony Blinken that show, children, Israeli children burnt? Yes, I saw that. There were pictures done. Not denying that didn't happen, right? Is that cause for people to be pissed off? Yes, the fuck it is. I want to say this again. The children of Israel that got burnt and got brutalized is cause for people to be pissed off. Mm-hmm. But for people to say, flatten the whole of Gaza, fuck all of the Palestinians is wrong. Because these are the same non-melanated motherfuckers that will swear up and down that all Republicans do not equal MAGA. But you lumped all fucking Palestinians with Hamas.
Well, to be fair, though, just it's not just the Republicans doing that either. It's the Democrat side as well.
Everybody. Yeah.
So let's not just hate on the MAGA Republicans.
No. I'm saying what I was saying that was for people to understand. Like the Democrats, we all know the Democrats are just going to be they're gonna go that way too, and it's cool. I understand it. What a lot of things are not happening as well is that people are not talking about the fact that the UN itself came out today and said that what Israel is doing is violating international law by them cutting off fuel, water, food, and electricity to Gaza. They came out. The UN said, no, this is wrong. This is violating international law. So while we do grieve and we acknowledge that there were children that were burnt brutally, unjustifiably, right? In Saturday, we all agree that happened to children. We all agree that was wrong as fuck. It shouldn't happen. The people that did it need to be dealt with. Okay. We still need to go ahead and acknowledge the fact that there are children right now in Palestine that are in the hospital because of these airstrikes, and they are not getting the attention they need. They're not getting the care that they need because they have no fuel, electricity, or water to help supply what's going on in the hospitals over there.
Let me just hit my inner first aren't here and caveat and piggyback off of that. In our group chat, me, you, and another person, we have a group chat that we've been pretty much just in there and just kicking it. And I have to agree with him on this one thing that I really don't give a shit. I don't, because it's not our fight. It's not our fight. Now, as long as we're not involved in it, I don't give two fucks, to be honest. There's kids dying on both sides, and it's saddening when I look at videos in Gaza where the father picked up his child out of the rubble, and he's carrying his daughter, and she's dead, because I got two daughters and a fucking son. All of us as parents, we put ourselves, we can empathize with that. We never ever want to see that, on both sides. All right, so if it was Hamas versus the military, the Jew military, handle it, kill each other. I gives a fuck. But when you start killing children, that's an issue. Civilians, that's an issue. You go from being a rebellion or a revolution to really being terrorists. Okay, and again, it goes on both sides. And like you were saying, man. Going into Gaza and flatten it out, here's my first thing I'm thinking about. Okay, I thought we don't negotiate with terrorists, but here we are negotiating with releasing the hostages. So there's already one that they're backing out on. So whatever. And then secondly, the way I want people to understand this. Think about it as with the Indians on the reservations out here. How would they feel, or how would America feel if we just cut off all supplies, all electricity, everything to the Indian reservations? We said, fuck them, not funding them, nothing. They get shit, and they can only stay on the reservation. They can't come off the reservation ever.
We build huge walls around their reservations.
Exactly.
So they can't get in. There's one way in, one way out.
Exactly. So how would the Indians feel? You know what I'm saying? You think them motherfuckers ain't gonna be like, oh hell no, we ain't playing this shit. Same thing with these folks, man. Look, man, I get it. If you want to go biblically, theology wise, I get it. Even historically wise, it was Judea, it was Israel. Okay, got it. But you know what? There was a time pre-World War I where everyone lived there in Palestine, and they were all Jews. They were all Muslims,
Jews, Muslims, Christians lived there up until 1917 after the fall of the Ottoman Empire.
After World War I, when when the British Mandate started and they started bringing all the Jews in there, and I'm okay with that, bro. That's cool. That I get it. It's their home. Right? So they started going there. But where I have an issue is where, like you were saying earlier on the Book of Faces, where you start pushing motherfuckers off their land. And, oh, this is mine. My birthright is here. You know what I'm saying? That will be akin to the natives here, the Indians coming over here to Texas and being like, hey, get the fuck out of my land, or I'm going to take your ass out. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't fly. So anyways, but it did out there. And then you put on the Book of Faces, you put on a map that showed the decrease.
It was called what it is. It's Palestine. That was Palestine. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, no, but it shows the decrease in space that the Palestinians had, right? And then now they're either on the West Bank or in Gaza, and that's it. They were forced out of these places and put in basic refugee camps, bro. And at the end of the day, it's their beef. Now, should they Palestinians or the Muslims or whatever the far right extreme Islam extremists want to fuck with the US, then that's just another fucking ball game there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why everybody is so blindly following Israel. You know what I mean?
Well, that's blindly. The thing. And I hate that, because like anytime that you try to question this, even some of your friends will be like, you're being anti-Semitic. And it's like, I'm not being anti-Semitic. I've never once, ever once, or nor will I deny the Holocaust.
Right.
No one, anybody denies that, they're stupid as fuck. It happened. It's unfortunate. Okay. But you can say, hey guys, guess what? You're wrong in this situation. Some of the things that you're doing is violating according to the UN international laws.
Yep.
And because we're pointing the finger at you, all four fingers at you, we can say that and unequivocally not have to worry about saying that you're not this, you're not that, blah, blah, blah. You're at fault too. You can be at fault too. And that does not make anybody anti-Semitic when they say, hey, Israel, look at what you guys are doing.
Right.
Look at the colonial bullshit that you guys are still doing to these people. Ask anybody. There was a person on my live last night. This Palestinian lady, she asked this Israeli lady, she was like, would you trade shoes with a mother, with a Palestinian mother right now? Would you trade shoes with her? She said, absolutely not. Why? Remember, she's living over there. This was a Jewish woman living in Israel, and she said that she would not trade shoes with a Palestinian woman. Is it because you understand the subjugation, the dehumanization, the colonization, the imperialism that the state of Israel is forcing on the Palestinians, and you know you don't want to be a part of that?
Right. I'm 100% with you, and like you were saying earlier, it's not that we're justifying the murders of civilians. We're not. Like what they did, going into that fucking concert and just, taking motherfuckers out, that was wrong. I gotta admit 100%. Though, I'll admit though, that was some fucking pretty smart shit. I mean,
that was like crazy. Like, and this is the thing too. Mm-hmm. Not only was that some Call of Duty shit, y'all let dudes come in there with paraglides. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, there are reports now that are even reports from is the Israeli time. I want everybody to know this, right? Mm-hmm. So y'all can't say that I'm using some Western media bullshit. Y'all can't say I'm using CNN. The Israeli Times is reporting that there was intelligence 10 days prior to this happening, and Bibi did nothing. The Israeli Times, I'm going to say that again. The Israeli Times is reporting there was intelligence 10 days prior to this happening. This isn't some Western media. This is the media that is going on right now in Israel. And they reported this shit was told 10 days prior. And I don't know the actual name of the intelligence agency of the Israelis, but it is said to be on par with the CIA. And if that's the case, they did this on purpose. That's number one. Number two, the images that they're showing, they're doing this on purpose. And I got it. It's like Churchill said, get the reporters, or whoever that was, no, McCarthy, whoever that general was. He was like, yo, get the reporters so they can see this. I got that. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're doing. To think that it is okay to rob people, innocent people, because I challenge the people that support Israel. Flip it around. What if the Palestinians did this to Israel? What if they cut off their water, their electricity, their food? What if they put them in an open air prison? How would the world see this? The world would justifiably see this as, no, y'all not gonna do this to the Jewish people. Fuck that.
Right? Yeah, you're 100%, brother. What's fucked up is as the Jews that were coming into Israel, between the 1917 and 1948 and beyond, as they were coming in, the Palestinians that were there, they could have raised a muck, but no, I mean, what ended up happening was the British mandate said, the British mandate went away, and then Palestine said, I mean, not Palestine, but the Israelis said, this is our land now. Fuck y'all. We got more enough of us than you. So now, being the neighbors that they are, you got, Lebanon, you got Egypt, and you got fucking Jordan, Syria. There you go. You got all them surrounding you. That's your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your homeboys back, right? So they had their back. Now again, there's always three sides to every story. There's his side, her side, or their side, the other side, and the truth. All right. Both are guilty of atrocities. They both are. We gotta fucking admit that. And there needs to be a two-state fucking
solution.
A solution.
Well, hold on. Gotta be careful with that word. You gotta be careful with that word.
What
solution word?
Oh no, I didn't say a final solution.
No. I know. Gotta be careful with that shit.
For real, right?
But yeah, because I definitely ain't gonna be called anti-Semitic. But you're
right.
We
don't want to get blamed like old.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing, though. You can't. It's hard to live in a two-state solution when one person doesn't want to share the wealth, property, or anything. Did you know that originally how it was supposed to be broken down is into 3 different little parts? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you had like the Gaza Strip. That was supposed to be, a little bit of that area and some more was supposed to be controlled by the Palestinians. Then you had what we see as Israel right now. And then when it came to the West Bank, that was supposed to be controlled by Israelis and the Palestinians. But what happened is, even though it's somewhat is, the most fertile lands is controlled by the Israelis. When I say fertile, I mean the natural, the water, the agricultural, and the mineral part is controlled by the Israelis. So there's still no fair treatment of the Palestinians in the West Bank. And in order for there to be a two-state solution, if you will, the Palestinians are going to have to be seen. They're going to have a seat in parliament. Yes. Like there's nothing that they have no voice in parliament. Exactly. And the Israelis do not want to give them a voice in parliament. And they don't want to have an election.
That's the problem, Hunt. I think you're 100% on it. I think the only solution that I really would see, honestly, would be like, all right, let's come to a compromise. We'll make it one fucking country. We'll call it Israelistine, and fuck it. I mean, and divide the bitch up into different sections, kind of like the states, right? And different departments, and each department has representatives and whatnot, and move on from there. Is it the solution? No. And I know you don't want to hear this, and I know a lot of motherfuckers don't want to hear this, but you know what? When Trump was in, shit was progressing. Now, I will say that I believe that if he would have still been in office, that this wouldn't have happened. I believe that thoroughly. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is the fucking almighty king emperor, right? But I'm saying that while he wasn't the most articulate man, he wasn't the fucking best well-spoken motherfucker, he kept motherfuckers in check, and Biden, we all know he's just a puppet. All right. And he's just a fucking puppet, and he probably doesn't even know where he's at right now. And this is honestly going to be his way of washing out what's going on with the UAW. All right. Because let's be real. There's still a motherfucking, what's this shit called? Strike going on, but we're not reporting on that anymore. All right. All of a sudden, remember, wag the dog. That's all I'm saying. So I think, honestly, and if they do go in there, if and when they do go in there, bro, it's going to be a bloodbath. Because I'm thinking these motherfuckers, for those that don't know, if y'all never deployed over to motherfucking Haji land, y'all need to understand this. They ain't stupid. They are not fucking stupid. They're poor, dirt poor, but they are some ingenious motherfuckers. All right. For them to get a motherfucking light sensor to trigger a fucking EFP, that shit no dummies do that. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to be getting fucked up by IEDs in there, bro. What do you think?
Yeah. It's just not the IEDs they got to worry about. Because if you think about it like this, right? And I'll go back. Now, as far as Trump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
My opinion is this. Was there, everybody was peace under Trump. They were back deal. Do you realize that like every time that world leaders, especially the American president, is meeting with the world leader, there has to be not only there has to be somebody there to record the minutes, if you will, to be like, this is what they talked about. So this is official records. Trump kicked out multiple people when he did that with Kim Jong-un, and he did the same thing with Putin.
Okay.
Now, if y'all also remember, there was a story that came out where Trump was caught, and he gave, there was details that he gave about Israel to Russia. So who backs Russia? Russia and Iran are like this. So I know I'm talking in conspiracy land, but it's crazy how it's crazy how we're talking about this right now. And even Israel reporting that they're having a hard time. They're still defeating the majority of these rockets, but they're having a hard time with the sheer ferocity and the barrage of these missiles coming in, and the Iron Dome being able to happen. So like I said, we can draw conclusions, right? Because like Trump even came out and said, I said nothing about security or nothing, no secrets about anything. We say he came out and said that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the IED situation, I think it's going to be much worse than what they're doing right now. Obviously, this was a sophisticated attack that happened. Let's face it, it was sophisticated. It came by sea, land, and air.
Yeah, remember what they used to call that shit when we used to get fucking hit, and then they started firing at us a complex attack, a complex ambush. That's basically what it was. It was really thought out. It really fucking was, and you 100% on that. This was something that didn't just happen overnight. This was very well planned out. I would say this would have to have taken at least probably at the very least 6 months to plan out, because you got to, first of all, get the goddamn, where you going to get the goddamn planes? or Paris.
So the paraglide. So I would go so far as to say this was at least planned out for at least, I would say, anywhere from 12 to 18 months. This is how coordinated it is. And this is what people are not understanding. If that attack was planned out that far, that's what I'm getting as somebody that is a layman. Because this was sophisticated. And then on top of that, for them to know that it was coming up on the 50-year anniversary of the Yom Kippur War or whatever, this was all coordinated. So you had to have done this. I think it was taking more, at least a year, for them to coordinate this attack for it to be as well as it is.
I would think that, just, playing not devil's advocate, but, just thinking about their mind and their thought frame, to know that there was going to be a festival that was popping, Yeah. So, and then to hit the motherfucking, the bases that were pretty much let's be honest, they were fucking complacent. That they got caught. They got caught slipping.
Yeah, I think it's a huge failure on the Israelis. I don't know if it's a huge willful failure or a huge unwillful failure, but it was a willful.
It's a failure either way.
Failure of intelligence to actually do this, and it's sad that the innocent Israelis had to pay the price for this failure of intelligence.
Yep.
And this was not able to be stopped. It is sad that those innocent people are kidnapped right now. And as far as like America dealing with terrorists, bro, like I hate to say this, there's a dude that I'm mutuals with on TikTok, and he even said this. I had said this prior to the news coming out about about the hostage thing. I was like, yo, I guarantee you on the USS Ford, I said, I promise you, SEAL Team 6 is on that damn Gerald S. Ford. I promise you, Delta is on a C-130 right now on their way over there. I was like, bro, them motherfuckers are over there. Dude was a dude that I am mutuals with on TikTok. He was Special Forces. He was like, bro, we've been there. I was like, Special Forces was already there. He was like, now I promise you, there's a whole lot more coming to that motherfucker. But I guarantee you, Delta is Delta on the ground. Delta is boots on the ground.
And right any now. Fucking 3-letter organization, they're there. You know what I'm saying? They are there.
Boots on the fucking ground right now.
And I guarantee you, there's motherfuckers in there finding out where motherfuckers are at, and they're doing some good old waterboarding to find out where these motherfuckers are at. I guarantee you right now, Democrats and Republicans won't be like, oh, let's not waterboard. Waterboarding is in full effect, motherfuckers.
And that's the thing, though, bro. Yeah, it's like, first of all, you said we might get involved. We have no choice but to get involved if you think about it. 24 Americans died.
Doesn't fucking matter.
I feel you. Listen, I feel you. But the way that we feel each other, but the way that the American population is, they want retribution. We understand this. The American population, especially the non-melanated ones, want retribution for what fucking happened.
Well,
they're going to get that shit.
I mean, I won't even say non-melanated. I just say all Americans, bro. All right, all Americans. Because what they're doing is they're playing with the emotions. Yeah, but that's just you. You're speaking for all black folk?
You damn right I am.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. It's two boys fucking. That is not happening. But nah, dude, honestly, in all honesty, I think, even with this, ever since this whole Ukraine thing, honestly, bro, I supported the whole Ukraine thing for about the first year. And then after I was like, there's no fucking progress being here. They had them lined up to just fucking A10 their asses when they were lined up for miles, bro, and they didn't do shit. Nah, we
didn't get involved.
Huh?
We didn't do that. Ukraine didn't have the
involved.
They didn't have the A10.
Bro, we involved.
Well, I say we weren't, but we couldn't exactly use our A10s.
It's just a proxy war is all it is.
So is this.
Exactly.
You have fucking... Look at Lindsey Graham. Like, this motherfucker was calling out for all-out war, not only against Palestine, but fucking Iran. And then John Bolton, another fucking war hawk, calling for all-out war on Iran. These people have an appetite to get rid of Muslims.
No, and they want money, bro. The biggest generator is fucking money, is war, bro. So I'll tell you this: all you motherfuckers that are down and dirty to go out there, check this out. Get with El Al or whatever the fuck those airlines are. Tell them you want to volunteer to go out there, become Jewish, and go fight. Go. Just like the motherfuckers that are Ukrainian, that are American, that went to go fight in Ukraine, do the same thing here, bro. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm envious as fuck to see all those motherfucking howitzers, bro. Just fucking pounded, just
them motherfuckers lined up. Them bitches are lined the fuck up.
Bro, they are fucking setting them rounds down range. I could just smell the wolf pussy through the TV.
Them motherfuckers, they lined that bitch up. Yeah, man, I just hate it that like even a civil conversation like this you may be labeled as anti-Semitic. Lord knows everybody already think I'm anti-Semitic.
Well, it's funny you mentioned this. Like, for example, there's a mutual that we have, and I was able to have a conversation with him on Facebook. Just going back and
he can
forth
suck my dick. Are you talking about the one I'm thinking about?
You talking about that one? No, I'm not talking about that one.
Okay, because he can suck my dick.
Yeah, I saw you went at him. You went at him because he called you a bitch or something like that. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
I'm not talking about him. No, I'm talking about another mutual. An older guy. And we were talking, and he gave me his point of view respectfully, and I gave him my point of view respectfully. And at the end of the day, I get it that it's an agree to disagree type deal, but because he stands with Israel, and I told him I stand with the civilians. I stand with the civilians on both sides. Whoever wins, I don't really give a fuck. I don't. Because at the end of the day, it's not affecting me here anyway. And I'm not Jewish. I ain't got a dog in the hunt. You know what I mean? Now, if this was happening here, like, if we had motherfuckers that were invading mosques or invading fucking temples,
synagogues,
yeah, then that'd be different. We got to stand up and do some shit. Let's worry about our borders. Can we worry about that shit first? Because I'm finally happy that the motherfucker from New York, was it New York or Chicago? One of the two motherfuckers decided to go to the border and be like, okay, let's see, we got to do something because this is getting out of hand. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to fucking Southern Texas, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's worry about that border because God knows that a lot of these motherfuckers that are from those lands, they look like my cousins. You know what I'm saying? So they can say they're Venezuelans, bro.
Si, senor.
Right. It's just a trip, bro. I mean, and it just what really irks me is how people are so blinded by just
rage, hatred.
They're emotional. They're letting their emotions, and I get it. We're human, bro.
Yes, and it was so crazy. It's all for one side. Like, man, I'm gonna tell you the story, man. Like, this is real shit, man. And I know I'm plugging myself. 1,700 people in my live today on TikTok. 1,700 people. I was asking for pro-Israeli people to come in the box. I'm like, hey, if you're pro-Israeli, come in the box. Now, there were a few pro-Israeli people that came in the box, right? And there were Palestinian people there, of course. When stuff started getting out of hand, I was like, hey, listen, man, one at a time, we can't hear. Boom, 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 boom. Do you understand that the Palestinian people were like, Roger that, this is your life. They were respectful. But it was like all the Israeli people just kept butting in, kept asserting, even talking over me. And I'm like, bro, listen, I'm the host and you're talking over me. I was like, I'm trying to explain something, but you won't even let me explain something. I was like, every time I try to talk, you keep cutting me off. And I was like, the Palestinian people are like, hey, listen, man, we respect you. All respect to you. We're going to do exactly what you have to say. And I'm like, look at how y'all are conducting yourself on this live. I'm not saying that's all Israelis. I was like, but dude, you are so in this mood to say that everybody's anti-Semitic. No one wants to hear you, but you don't want to hear anybody else. You are not even saying, do you know what's crazy? The Palestinian people were like, we are sorry for the innocent civilians, for the innocent men, women, and children that lost their lives. Not a one Israeli said anything about the innocent children in Palestine losing their lives. Not a one of them did.
One of them. And that's what fucking, it kills me, bro. It fucking kills me because, again, I'm not sitting here to justify. I'm not here to justify them.
The people that they're saying are savages, this, and the third, are literally like, hey, listen, we grieve for your innocent that are lost. They said that is wrong for what happened to your innocent. And the Israelis wouldn't even extend the same courtesy.
You know, it was a trip, though, out of New York. There are some Hasidic Jews that are pro-Palestine. You know what I'm saying? And they get it. They're like the Torah teaches against this. We're not supposed to be sovereign and this and that. And I respect them. Again, I respect everybody's ideology, everybody's religion, but when it comes to, fuck, we got 10 minutes. Good. So no, that's good because I think this was a good fucking good time for this for this podcast. Not to go too long, not too small, and bro, I'm 100% with you on this. Usually you and I, it's like, but on this one, I think we're both on the same page on this one because honestly, I wanted to do my research. I did. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I simplified the fuck out of this. I went to YouTube and I wanted to know What was it? I sent you a link earlier. That it had like this one Muslim dude, who was talking about what that because what's her name? The stupid porn bitch Mia Khalifa. She was saying that it's been Palestine for thousands of years, and homeboy's like, "Nah, let me educate you real quick. This is what it was, and this is what it is. This is where it went, and blah blah blah." So I like that education. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was oversimplified, and I love it that way. And but the entitlement that some of these motherfuckers feel is what gets me. And bro, you put a dog in a cage long enough, he's gonna come out fucking angry as fuck. Hold on 1 second, please.
Yeah.
What's up, babe?
Here.
Hello? How so? Yeah.
Lower the sound on his devices because I can barely hear my stuff.
Right.
And then he decides to drop an F-bomb on me.
All right. Well, tell Daniel to go play outside. I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'll call you back, okay? All right, bye. Well,
somebody about to get that wood in a minute.
Yeah, that's my oldest Emily snitching on her younger brother Daniel. So with that said, bro, I mean, you think Israel and Palestine are going at it? You should try this fucking household over here. Ooh, bro.
Try the Lopez's.
It's just a trip though, man. I wish that there was a way for people to not be so emotional over it, but it's hard not to, because it's pulling on your strings, you know what I mean? And yes, we get it, the Jews have been through a lot of shit. Yeah, it goes all the way back to motherfucking, let's go back to Egypt, bro. And that's fucked up, bro. Where the fuck
that's the land of Canaan
to, bro? Where are they supposed to escape to?
Who are you talking about, the Jews?
No, the poor Palestinians.
The Palestinians
trying to fight, bro. They're trying to get the fuck out, but they got nowhere to go.
Yes, they can't even go south. They won't even let the Egyptians let them in. So, like I said, it's an open air prison for these people. They don't want to be there, and they can't even leave to go to any kind of safety. They don't have bomb shelters. They don't have none of that stuff. They don't. Nope. Nothing. But everybody is, poor Israel. Yes, I got it. The loss of lives of the innocents, the ones that were burnt, because let's face it, we've seen the images.
Yeah.
They were burnt. Horrible. That is deplorable. It is barbaric. Let me say that again. Those children that were burnt, that act was barbaric in every way, shape, form, or fashion. And everybody on God's green earth knows they condemn that. They know we condemn that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There are children on the Palestinian side that are going through the same thing. And no one is mentioning those children as well. Why are they not looked at as why are their lives not important? Bro. And as far as it goes back, this was the land of Canaan. And the land of Canaan was the land of the Palestinians prior to they were even called Palestinians. They were Canaanites.
Bro, on the note with the burnt up kids, again, they're pulling at the heartstrings, right? But I also did see a video on Reddit of some Israeli IDF running over a Palestinian and laughing their asses off, because they ran him over a couple of times and he ended up naked from being run over so much.
Yeah, and
they're laughing,
there was a video that this dude on my panel has showed to this woman. She was Israeli, and it was like, yo, y'all talking about this, that, and the third. He said, well, what about this video right here? Mm-hmm. It was tagged the same day, last Saturday, IDF members pissing on dead bodies of the Hamas people. No one said anything about that. That is still desecration. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody was up in arms when they seen that young lady in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. She had her bra and her panties on. They were spitting on her. Rightfully so. Everybody was like, they're spitting on her. This is the disgrace. This is barbaric. It is, and it was. Mm-hmm. Everybody condemns that. But everybody is turning the blind eye when you have IDF people pissing on dead people. Yep. You have to be able to call people out for their wrong and not be afraid to be labeled anti-Semitic. Exactly. And be like, no, guys, you're wrong. If you want people to see you as this moral high ground, you can't do shit like this. And the Israelis should come out and condemn that as well.
Exactly. And again, right now, everybody is going through their emotions. And I get it. Once again, I get it. If it was my folks, my people, let's say if this was happening in El Salvador or in Nicaragua or anywhere in Central America, You know, I would be like up in arms. Let's say, you know, somebody invaded and tried to take over there, you know, and try to colonize them again. You know, I'd be up in arms, you know, because it's my people's, you know. So, but at the same time, bro, on the same token, U.S. is look, man, they're sending 2 carriers there. You know, they got one already on its way. They said they're going to send the other one over there. And that's just,
we're getting dragged in.
Bro, that's just a flex, though. It's just a flex. You know, it'd be like, yeah. It's like when we were in school and we'd draw a little line, or, you know, motherfucker would be like walking in that circle, like, take the first lick. You take the first lick. You take the first lick. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is, bro. In the U.S., you know, we just like, please do it. You know, right now there's a bunch of non-combat patch wearing motherfuckers that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my combat patch." That's all they're thinking about. Yeah, until they fucking hear them bullets whizzing, they ain't gonna go over there though, man.
I don't think we'll do boots on the ground per se. I do think that the only boots on the ground will be them 3-letter boys. Oh, yeah. I do think there will be a lot of pummeling of Lebanon. I do think there will be a lot of pummeling of Iran because listen, there are people just salivating at the mouth waiting for Iran to get involved with this shit so we could go to war with Iran, fuck them up, and take their fucking
oil. Bro, and that's
there are people salivating at the mouth right now.
They see Iran. They just want Iran to join in. They're doing everything to tiptoe around Iran, you know, and
poking the bear.
I'm telling you, I don't think we want that smoke right now. We can't do it because Ukraine is gonna. It really will turn into a world war then.
Yes, because China is going to say, you know what? Okay, y'all distracted. Hey, Taiwan, guess what? Bend over and take it, bitch. Mm. Oh, hey, South Korea, bend over and take it, bitch. We finna. Yes, it's going to be a fucking shit show. And huge fucking shit show.
You know what I find crazy is how they keep saying that if that you know Iran wants to blow Israel off the map. I don't think they mean that literally. Because regardless of how anybody feels, that's still the holy land to all our religions. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about to blow up their fucking precious, you know, the stone on Temple Mount, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't about to destroy Jerusalem. I'll tell you that. It's not going to happen. So they're not going to. It's just us being bullies and the Israelites being bullies too, bro. And again,
I don't like the fact that people justify all this shit with the Bible. That's what I don't like. They don't justify this shit because of the Bible.
Because look, here's the thing. They're saying that the Jews are their own people. You know what I'm saying? Their own state. So they became their own state. So at one point or another, can I just be my own people, the mestizo people, and I declare, you know, Texas my state? We were here rightfully so before anybody else. I'm just saying,
it's going to go too well for you, but go ahead and try it.
All right, we got about a minute left, man. Hey, Hunt, I appreciate you being on here with me, brother.
I appreciate the talk.
Oh, no doubt.
Just know this to everybody that's listening. Nowhere have I said anything anti-Semitic. I do support, you know, Jewish people having a right to sovereignty, freedom, life, liberty, just like I support the Palestinians having the sovereignty, life, liberty, and freedom.
Amen. Amen. So remember, y'all, put yourselves in the Palestinians' shoes. And I'm not talking about the terrorist motherfuckers. Look, all Palestinians aren't Hamas. All right. Now, I do get it that all the Hamas are Palestinians or Muslims, but not all of the Palestinians are them. You know what I'm saying? So take that into account. You know, let's say you grew up in a gangbanger city and you get confused as a gangbanger, even though you don't bang. It's kind of fucked up, right? With that being said, I'll catch you on the gun line next week. Rounds complete. Intermission. Gunline out. Bye, y'all. March order. Deuces, dog.